Hello, everyone. Welcome to American Scousers pre-match show. The City game is here. It's like one that probably everybody circles on the calendar, beginning of the season, like for the title race and stuff. We all know it's kind of like turned out to be a lot more different than that, how the season has unfolded. And after midweek's game, there's a lot of high hopes for this game, but man, I don't know. You see this lineup, which we'll take a look at next, and we'll be joined by hopefully a couple of people. We're hoping that we can bring Gally on, who's actually at the Fan Fest, going around with a sign, probably asking for people's shirts, is what I'm guessing. But we'll see what he says if you're able to get him in that loud atmosphere. But he's having a blast, looks like, based on the pictures coming in. But and if you're at the Fan Fest, hey, just dial up, let us know, message over here, we'll send you an invite, hop on, tell us what you're doing over there and how things are going. Like I say, I mean, let's take a look at the lineup, or let's not, but I guess we have to, so let's do it. Here's the lineup right here. And I guess the biggest thing is no Konate, right? I mean, the rumors started a couple of days ago. Now it's confirmed. Muscle injury again. I don't even know for how long that we'll have to suffer through this now with this lineup. But so we have Milner on the right back position, Gomez, Van Dijk in the middle, Robertson on left. Let's see how this plays out. I don't know if it's going to be one of those like 4-2-3-1 again, where we use Elliott, or is it going to be the old school 4-3-3 with Jota on left, Bobby in the middle, and Mo on the right hand side. So it's going to be interesting to see that part of it and how we play it. But I can tell you guys this. I mean, I look at this lineup and I see Mo possibly. I mean, if we play that 4-3-3, this could be a long freaking day, man, because you have Mo, Elliott, and Milner on the right-hand side. I don't know going against who, but regardless of who they're going against, that is just not like something you want to see on the right side of your play. I mean, that is kind of scary. And I know, like we were talking about it earlier today, there was, like rumors were like, do we do like old school and will he bring Fab back to center back and put Gomez as right back? Which I was not a big fan of either, but I think I would have felt a bit better going into this game if I saw Fab on right back instead. I mean, I know he has not done much of that for us, if any, unless like it was like the last 10 minutes of a game to give Trent some rest or something like that. If we didn't, I can't remember, but I don't think he's ever started as a right back for us. But he has for Brazil, so he has experience there. So I don't know if that's something that we could have looked into. And then maybe put Henderson there. But given Fabinho's form, I don't know if that's a better option either, to have Fabinho there as right back. But Milner as right back is a scary thought. Unless, like I say, we're playing that 4-2-3-1 and we're just sitting him back there, which at least, you get the lack of speed out of the equation in some ways. So we'll see. If we do that to protect him a little bit. You do have Gomez on his side, who has speed, but at times loses his position, and he makes up for it with his speed usually, like he can recover and get there and fill in that space afterwards. But man, like if you're City right now and you're looking at this 11 that we're looking at, you're kind of licking your chops looking at that side of the play. And if you were going to attack a player or a side, it's kind of like a no-brainer to go after Gomez and Milner. I am glad to see Robertson over there. I think that will kind of like bring something to that left-hand side. I do like Costas, but I don't think he's close to Robertson in terms of what we get from that left-hand side as like energy level, speeds, and like the overlapping runs. And I know the system slightly changed, so maybe it's not as fair on Costas to look at it that way, that he didn't make as much of those runs forward as like Robertson would, or the overlaps when Diaz was out there. But at the same time, I mean, even you saw Robertson when he came into the game midweek, that there's definitely a difference there when Robertson is there because of the energy level. And if I'm a defending team and, I'm a lot more comfortable seeing Costas and, looking at him, because he's not going to kill me much with speed. He does have a bit more moves than Robertson has in terms of like, shaking players off and being able to get across in. But that's not how we play anywhere, especially with Nunez on the bench and not starting. I wonder like if any of you are like shocked to see that actually that Nunez is not starting. I personally am not that I would have minded like Bobby where Elliott was and Nunez up top. But after the game that Elliott had midweek, you got to figure his confidence is up there and he should be able to. This is a big game for him. I think he does not play if we're away, but the fact that we're home and you'll have the home support is a huge deal. I mean, honestly, this game is going to pretty much boil down to what Fab and Thiago do in the middle and if our front three can create something. Because I don't know, call me a pessimist, which I'm called very often, so nothing new. But I do not see a clean sheet coming out of this game. So we will have to score. I don't know about your guys' score predictions. Let me know what you think in terms of score predictions and throw them in the comment section right now. Let me know what you guys think will come out of this. But I really think ultimately I would not be disappointed with a draw. Let's put it that way. I'm not going to be happy, but I'm not starting this game with a lot of hope. And call me like a pessimist. I mean, if you follow the podcast and the channel regularly, you guys know me. I worry as a lifestyle. I always say it. And even in our peak form with the players we would want out there against City, I'm nervous. Like the nerves will be building right now. I actually don't have as much nerves right now because I think my expectations are a lot lower. I mean, normally this game is almost like a title decider, right? Like you got to get 3 points from this, or 3 points from this. Whoever gets it is huge because, you know, these two teams rarely drop points. Well, City keeps going. Unfortunately, obviously, we've dropped a lot of points. But if you're going to turn the season around, and, you know, we said this after the Newcastle game, it didn't happen. We said after the Bournemouth game, it didn't happen. And now we're kind of saying it after the Rangers game, after that second half, that's, hey, like, are we almost there? Like, was that a turning point? That team we saw in the second half against Rangers was very reminiscent of the old Liverpool team that we were used to seeing. So I would like to hope that that's what we're going to see out there. But like I say, very cautiously pessimistic as opposed to cautiously optimistic that I would normally be in a game like this, because if anybody gives them trouble, it's usually us. And it's because we can attack them. The key is, I don't know if we'll be able to attack him as much, especially if we do the 4-2-3-1. And if we're not doing that with the 4-3-3, I just feel like, you know, it's a lot easier to break through these lines right now. Oh, guess who we have on ready to go? Here we go. Here we
what
go.
Up?
Kelly, what's happening, man?
I have no idea if you can hear me. I can barely hear you. But this place is crazy. We're at the Fan Fest. I'm going to turn the camera around. You guys can see.
Damn, that place is rocking, huh?
What's that, brother?
That's way too many City fans over there, man. Way too many.
Way too many. Wait, let's get to the good-looking side of things then. Let's make sure we see some good-looking people. Here we go. Ready? We got some fantasy football going on over here. I don't know why anyone's even paying attention to fantasy football stuff, to be honest. But we're going to go up here. Ready? Here's the crowd, the real crowd.
All right, that's what I'm talking about. Nice. That's what I'm talking about. So how is the mood over there, man? Are people optimistic?
There's some excited people here. This kid wants to say hi. Say hi.
Hey, what's up?
He did not beg for a jersey. I want everyone to know that. That's how cool this kid is. He's not begging for jerseys.
So is there a lot of optimism over there? What do you say?
There isn't that much optimism, to be honest. There's a lot of beer. There's a little fear right now, I think, honestly, in the Red Hearts here, but we're killing it. We're going to get ready for this match. We're going to figure out a way to win it. But honestly, look at this crowd supporting football in America.
Nice. That's definitely great to see.
It's unbelievable. Anyone who can get to one of these should come to one of these. They're really fun. The Premier League does a great job of promoting the game. Yeah. And I guess I'm on live T right behind us right now. It's pretty fun stuff. Chimuchin, you're a star. Good luck with the rest of the pregame show, guys. My buddy here, the Arsenal fan's going to say Bye one more time.
Bye.
Go
Take
Reds.
care.
That's what I'm talking about. The Arsenal fans are in full force here, and they are absolutely going to be rooting for Liverpool in the next match because they know as well as we do, we are all fighting the machine that is City. But we got to get it, guys. We got to get it done. We've got all new friends. Say hi. Follow us online. Thanks, Schmoochin. Have a great show.
Easy, man. Have a great time over there. Wow, that does sound like a blast. When the hell are they going to come to Chicago? I'm assuming it's too freaking goddamn cold for them to come to Chicago and do it over here, but it is what it is. What are you going to do? But yeah, that does sound like a blast. And hey, I mean, if you are a soccer fan in the US, that is definitely great to see. And he's right. I mean, when he brings up how like a good job NBC does in bringing the sport, the Premier League, they pay a lot of money for those rights and they do make the best of it. So I have to say, you know, in terms of studio, in terms of like the color commentary they have, I find them the least annoying of all the bunch. And I'm not usually big on these some of these studio shows and stuff like that, but I really think they do the best over there in terms of like coverage compared to like other leagues and other like stations you see, like even the Champions League and stuff like that. So, but yeah, Galley's out there. I'm not surprised to see Arsenal fans kind of like giving their full support right here. They're up 1-0. That game kind of got like halted at one point. So so they're up 1-0 still. I mean, will Arsenal keep going? I don't know. Like I say, I always have that as the Europa levels get more and more trickier, where they do have to start more of their regular players on Thursdays. I think that will affect them down the road. But, and not to mention, they be going against City. So not a lot of teams can stop City. But man, they're not unbeatable either. So let me spill some optimism on the way out over here and say, you never know. I mean, that's why they play the games, as they say. So you never know if he is, you know, if we're able to establish pressure and for God's sakes, do not concede the first goal. I think that's going to be very, very important in this game is we got to start on the right foot. And you would think, I almost feel like sometimes it's maybe backfiring. You would think as they go out recently, they know, I mean, everybody's talking about it. I know Klopp ignores it, but they know that we always concede first and we start slow. So they have to know that. And I don't know if that's almost like they're kind of like stressing it, which is causing even worse starts or etc. But you would think they know that, especially for this game, us starting on the front foot is important to get that crowd into that game. I mean, this is kind of like reminds me, I mean, at least in my head, right? The mood, the closest I can put it is the Barcelona game. Like, this is how I felt in before the Barcelona game. I thought it was like we were going after something not achievable, but there was a chance and you had faith and you have to have, hopefully we'll have that same atmosphere at Anfield that pushes this team and to be able to get there. Having said that, my score prediction initially, and I would say initially it was semi-optimistic at the time, was a 2-2 draw. I'm kind of sticking with that. Like I say, I just do not see like a clean sheet coming out of this game, but I guess you never know. Well, that's it for pre-match. Nerves are there. I'm going to keep this short and sweet. Just wanted to make sure we were able to bring Gally on because he's out there partying. You could tell Gally had some beers in already, and hey, it's like 10 in the morning. Well, let's give him some credit. It's 11 in the morning over there. So those people drinking don't really have issues, I think. Well, most probably. But let's have a great game. I hope to God after the game we're talking about a win, or at least a very good performance, even if we ends up in a draw like I'm predicting over here, and we are saying they're back and they're building on it and they're going to keep going. That right side worries me, but hey, this is a old man Milner. Maybe he will come through when we say, I think it was it in the beginning of the season that Milner came in and was like the best player on the field. But then again, everybody else was brutal. So it's so like kind of perspective changes, I guess. But let's hope Milner goes out there, does his thing. If we do play a 4-2-3-1, that does help him in terms of like the pace, like I was saying. So maybe it will not turn out as bad as we fear, because there's a lot of fear. And even like Gally was saying, there's not that much optimism there. But I think everybody is in the same mode where we don't want to get our hopes up, but you know this team is capable of everything. And I don't care who's out there. You look at the rest of that lineup. You look at that front 3/4, if you throw Elliott in there, that's world class. Jota, a ridiculously informed Bobby, and Mo. that's world class. And that's sometimes all you need. You have that world class front line. And if we can put the pressure on them and not expose the back line as much, and Fab and Thiago do their thing in the middle, hopefully we get the Fabinho that we are used to seeing like in the past seasons. You never know, guys. Keep the hope. Let's pray. Up the Reds. Let's go get 3 points. See you guys after the game.